Welcome back to Pathfinder, Wrath of the Righteous, Enhanced Edition. With me, Bring It On. Let's see. Double checking a couple things before I start the stream. YouTube likes to get froggy sometimes and mess with your settings. But it all looks to be in order. Alright, so the goal for this stream is to get through the Grey Garrison at least. The first time, not second time too. That'd be a very long stream.
Now, what is that?
Well, let's get Sela her new sword.
I am helpful, am I not?
Alright, so we have a cambion here. I believe there's two cambions over here and one back in this corner.
No reason to pause.
No one stands in my way.
I'll watch your back.
Probably get a couple buffs out for this fight. I don't use up everything though, because we still have the boss fight ahead of us.
You can trust me.
We will win this
I'm
war.
losing my temper.
I'm gonna use this scroll here. And quick save.
Do not fear. Do not waver.
Die! Let's hear you cry. Run them through. Out of my way!
Nice. And Lan wasn't doing a ton of damage, but he was hitting consistently. And oftentimes, that's more important.
Move out.
Alright, so the solution, I believe, is in this room. Yellow, blue, red, yellow.
Head on.
I hope you appreciate this.
Hey, it's Radiance! Fancy finding that here. So, Sela doesn't upgrade it, but I think you get the first upgrade if you're a paladin when you play through here. I don't think it becomes a +1, but I think it gets an extra modifier. But I guess because Sela doesn't have any mythic powers yet. We're highly attuned to evil and everything wrought by demons. Except for I don't think she successfully detects evil once in the game. Unless we're talking about demons that are already attacking her. Who is Yaniel? Yaniel was one of the characters referenced in that book event, along with the priestess, the colorful priestess, and the hand of the inheritor. You know a lot about Yanu. Are you a fan of hers or something? How could a priceless relic end up down here? So it is a masterwork cold iron. It'll be her sword for the rest of the game. I don't know if they ever fixed it being unequipped every time it gets upgraded. The final upgrade is when you're about to fight a boss. And it gets unequipped, and during combat you can't equip other items. You can equip consumables, but not actual equipment. And so it gets unequipped to be upgraded, and then whoever has it equipped can't use it during the boss fight. They have to use their fist, or unless you have a weapon slotted in another weapon slot.
I lead. You follow.
It's even more silly because it's the final upgrade. It's like the upgrade. It's upgrading to confront that specific boss, and then it doesn't even get to be used against that boss.
Onwards! Let's move already.
I found,
Well,
something.
the spirits guide me. I am helpful.
We got the
Am I
demons
not?
in this room we have to deal with. They cast Stinking Cloud. It's really nasty at this stage because we don't have delay poison.
A bright future awaits us.
So try to take one out right off the bat. I'm going to send
Open
Camellia
your
over
heart
this
to
way.
me.
Doubt is the heart's greatest. Yet another obstacle.
I'll cut you wide open.
Yep, know how it works.
Die!
The light take you!
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
Let's hear you cry! Run them through!
This pain is excruciating.
Well, welcome. I'm sorry that everything hurts. A little sore myself. Of my brother-in-law with his deck today. After working all week too, so a little sore from that.
Move out!
Yeah, Pond's been a little rough. I had a couple days of really rough allergies, but it's finally evened out. It's crazy, I used to not have allergies that severely. Then I lived in California for a few years, and I guess I lost my tolerance, and I came back where I'm at now, and it just, ugh.
I lead. You follow.
Also, I'm allergic to cats, and I've got cats, so. Alright, so we got the boss fight up ahead. I'm gonna fully buff up at this doorway. Okay, so we probably want the... We'll do the Potion of Bark skin on Camellia. Potion of Blur. That on Sela. Potion of Haste will probably pop once we're in there. And pop that. Deflection bonus we get from this, but it's a +2 versus +1, so it is better. Mage armor we don't need. Protection from evil could be handy. There's endurance. Reduced person we could give to Camellia, but it reduces her damage. Only it's worth it. Enlarged person we'll give to him. Protection from chaos we could pop that on him as well. Potion of heroism. Endurance on him as well, and we could summon an Earth Elemental if I wanted to. Don't see the need. I think that's all we need.
Onwards.
I don't remember him saying that even tieflings are less defective than you. But maybe I only really noticed it this time because I'm playing as a tiefling. Okay, we're going to succumb to the rage here. This is a really good roleplay option for us. So still the clarity remains with you. Somewhere deep down beneath the veil of rage and anger, you sense a light trying to break through. But we're going to succumb to the rage. You permit the rage to possess you, and malevolent joy spreads through you. Freedom. Freedom to kill anyone who stands in your way. The demon, the cultist, and the pathetic mongrel fighters are no match for you. For the crimson fog of hatred cloud your vision. Your simmering blood no longer wishes to languish in your veins. It wants to be free. It bursts forth from your chest wound in powerful pulses. Its heady scent dispelling the last threads of sanity. Back, maggots. He runs away like the coward that he is. When do I kill? Sicken her on us like a dog. Gold Dragon is one of the later mythic paths. You can't get it early on. It's not one of the initial mythic paths you can select in Dresden. So it won't be until Act 5 that we can select Gold Dragon. But the roleplay for this character is he's going to be battling his demonic heritage throughout the game until he selects Gold Dragon. It's a redemption-themed playthrough. Yeah, so she sides with us. If you side with her initially, Lan fights you, and I don't think... Maybe land sides with you if you take the light side. I don't know if I've tried that. Had land with me, or had Windwag with me and went light.
None shall escape!
Cool, we've got backup. And they're cowering, it looks like, so it's just her.
Survive me.
The spirits demand your blood!
Yeah, so basically my character is going to be good throughout. He's going to try to do the right thing,
Save the last
but
one
when
for
the
me.
Demon Mythic Path options appear, he's going to take those.
No glory without
You are
risk!
today's sacrifice!
Endure this.
Go for their heart!
Why am I so weak?
They didn't have a choice. They were forced to do it.
Keep telling yourself that, Lan. There is always a choice. They could have chosen to die, but now they're going to live and become stronger. I know that from personal experience.
Yeah, but until he can redeem himself on the Gold Dragon path. Now, there's going to be some hiccups, because the game seems to be fighting me every step of the way with this roleplay idea that I have. Because Demon requires you to be some evil alignment where... shoot, lost my train of thought. The class I'm playing, you have to be good aligned. But it's probably the most thematic, fitting class I could find for the playthrough, for what I had in mind. And then it's like, oh, I could probably go Dragon Disciple, but you have to have a Draconic Bloodline for Dragon Disciple. I'm hoping that the Mythic Feat that lets you take a second Bloodline lets me take Gold Dragon. But I have a feeling, because the class I'm currently playing, it gets a Bloodline. I selected Abyssal for the Demonic Heritage. But the class only has two options. It's either, because it's called Reformed Fiend. And you can either go Abyssal or Infernal. And that's it. So I don't know if that's going to limit the Mythic Feat choices or not. If it does, then maybe I'll just take some levels of Fighter later on. We'll have to figure it out as we go.
Shut up! You're not just a traitor, you're a monster! The young ones, they believed your stories, and you lured them to a demon and watched them eat human flesh!
I was trying to make them strong. What have you done for them? What were you doing while I was looking for ways to bring strength to our tribe? You're useless, Lan.
I led by example! I trained. I tried to become stronger so I could go to the surface and maybe do something worthwhile with my stupidly short life. And I will do it. I might be the one to bring our whole tribe to the surface. But you? Why would you want any power that turns you into a monster? These young guys and girls, they trusted you. And they were turned into mindless animals, ready to eat corpses at a demon's command.
Yeah, I guess it is really fitting how difficult it is to play the redemption arc.
I went through the same ritual as them, and I didn't become an animal. I conquered my anger. The anger that has been building and building in every one of us for decades. Unlike you, I have no intention of just lying down and politely accepting death. I will rise above all this, while you'll still be stuck with your pride, chewing on rats. Who do you want at your side? The person who betrayed the demons to follow you? The person who will do everything you say and bring glory to your name? Or this trash?
Inspect the wound on your chest.
It's gone. It was just there, and now it's gone. It's gotta be some kind of demonic trickery. You need to have a cleric look at that.
Well, I had a silver dragon look at it, and, well, that didn't pan out well. For her, anyway.
As if you know anything about demons and their powers. Some dark force cast its gaze on him and chose him from among all others. There's magic inside this uplander that is beyond your meager understanding. And all you have to say is, go see a cleric. You're pathetic, lad.
So, you've been serving Savamelech this whole time, Wenduag?
Better just serve a strong master than to eke out an existence in a dark hole with no hope. I am of the Neathers. Our lives are short, but we are hardier than humans. I realized a long time ago that I was capable of more than this life offered, and I follow whomever is the strongest. You scared Savamelech. Hosilla has fallen. Now, I wish to serve you.
Means unlock Gold Dragon? I know how to do it. I've unlocked it before. This is my third playthrough.
I thought you were proud of your heritage, but you're willing to crawl on your belly before anyone who's even a little stronger than you. You say you didn't become an animal? What a joke! Only animals pledge their allegiance to whoever has the sharpest teeth. Oh, but what am I saying? Even cave spiders are loyal to their mother. You're even lower than that.
Oh, so now you think you know everything about me. You're one of the best hunters in the tribe. It benefited me to ingratiate myself with you. So I acted in a way that pleased you. And the Uplander will get the Windwag that he wants to see. I'm willing to do anything to get out of this hole. And you're willing to do anything too. Don't try to hide it. I know you, Lan. I've had time to study you.
Yeah, I've unlocked all the mythic paths except for, well, I guess technically not 2 of them, but I know how to do it. I just didn't want to burn any bridges on my other playthroughs.
I'm going to the surface only because my time has come to leave. The Uplanders are in danger. They need all the help they can get. But I'm only risking my own life. See the difference? I'll do whatever the Crusade asks of me, but I'll never be like you.
Well, why didn't you try to stop us from going inside the maze? You knew we might uncover your secret.
Savamelech is always in need of new servants. You'd make as good a servant as anyone else, and then... once you've gone missing in the maze, not even the redoubtable Lan would have dared look for you.
But then why did you come with me to look for the sword?
So I could kill you quietly if you found it and stop you taking it to the village, you idiot. I would have told everyone that you got caught in a cave-in. But then the Uplanders showed up and I had to change my plans. I don't regret what I did. I met you. Just say the word and all the Neathers will be yours. I'll bring them to you if you take me with you.
I mean, they make Wenduag so irredeemable right here. But there is more to her. I took her my last playthrough, and supposedly she has a redemption arc if you romance her. That is the plan for this playthrough. She is going to be this character's romantic interest. So, I have to leave Lan behind, as much as I loathe to do that, because I do like Lan. And again, Wenduag's just not forgivable in this instance, but We'll figure it out. What exactly are you proposing to do with the mongrels?
What you saw here. They will become stronger. They will be an army unlike anything ever seen before on Galarian. Our lives may be short, but while we live, we are faster, deadlier, and harder to kill than most. I am offering you an army. An army that will win you land, power, and everything you desire.
Well, one of them. If you're talking about the other one that's currently in our party, she literally can't be redeemed. I've tried, it doesn't work. There's really only two options with her.
An army of cannibals? Are you insane? You want to turn them from rational beings into rabid beasts that only want to kill. They will be slaves, and you will be their slave driver. Is that the kind of power you're so desperate to gain?
I went through the same process they did. The beast raged inside me, my mind was foggy, but I have an iron will, and I never back down. I snatched victory from the jaws of insanity. If there are any individuals worthy of becoming my officers among those Neithers, they will be able to do the same.
Yeah, this character is currently chaotic good. I think chaotic good makes the most sense. One, for a prior gladiator, also as a blood rager. And also he's fighting his demonic nature, so chaotic was the way to go. You said you went through the same ritual. Does that mean you ate human flesh too?
Yes. Hosilla found me in the caves. I was lost and hungry, and she offered me a choice. Die as a nobody, or live and gain the power to change everything. Savamelek tore off a piece of an Azimar priestess's thigh. A big, juicy piece. More meat than I'd ever received in the tribe. That was the first time I knew what it was like to be happy. To have a full belly. I swore to myself that it would always be that way.
Yeah, I tend to play lawful good the first time I play through a game, because I tend to play paladins a lot. And it usually works out, because I would naturally pick a lot of those choices anyway.
Then the madness and rage took over. I came very close to turning into an animal, no better than the weaklings you saw in the maze. But I am strong. I mastered myself. I brought myself under control. I fell so that I could rise again.
Yeah, I have a playthrough kind of like that planned. I'm really excited for it. I don't know if it's going to interact the way that I want it to, but I'm really excited for this one playthrough that I have planned for this game.
You should have chosen death. Dying's better than living like that.
You're saying I should have died that day, Lan. But then who would have listened to your feeble jokes? Who would have showed you the best caves for hunting? Who would have made you a man?
I would have been fine without all that. And without you. Your death will make the world a slightly better place, Wenduog.
Look, isn't our Lan sweet? Look how his eyes blaze as he speaks of murder. And we were so close, too. Tell me, what do you think he'll do to you if you fail to live up to his precious ideals?
What did your service to Hosilla entail?
It was simple. I lured those I deemed worthy into the maze. To the rest, I told stories of the horrors of the maze, making them stay away. It all hung in the balance when the cave walls shuddered, and many of the young ones decided that the time of their great exodus had come. I had no doubt that Hosilla would dispatch a dozen young Neithers easily. But what would become of the maze if all the tribes poured in? So when Lan ran off looking for the angel's sword, I went after him. Not to help him, but to make sure that the sword never reached Nithom. It's a pity that you got involved and stopped me from killing him. But then again, the evening gong has not yet been struck.
You sicken me.
I've heard enough.
Then you know which one of us you need. Take me with you, and I will give you an army of Neithers.
Don't fall for her empty words. Wenduog despises everyone but herself. As soon as you show any weakness, she'll betray you, just like she betrayed us.
That is the reasoning of a weak person. A strong person does not fear, they act.
I have more questions for you, Wenduog.
You can ask me anything you want. Then you know which one of us you need. Take me with you, and I will give you an army of Neithers.
Why do you want to come with me, Lan?
Up there on the surface, the Crusades are still going on, right? Since I'm a mongrel, that means I've got Crusader blood in my veins. You could say it's my destiny, even. Anyway, I'm ready to do my duty. And all of you Crusaders get rations, right? With vegetables? Well, I'll be killing demons and be well fed for doing it? That's not life. That's a dream come true. And also, you trusted me. At best, I'm a dreamer. At worst, this horn of mine has scrambled my brains. But I trusted you, and it paid off. You showed Sol that mongrels are capable of more than eating moss and catching blind fish. I owe you for that.
Are you really that desperate to go to the surface, Lan? Why didn't you run away before? You know why. The Uplanders will never accept us. Don't pretend you're going for food rations. Then why? For death? For glory?
Hey, welcome to the stream, man.
If it's death you seek, you're sure to find it.
Maybe I'll be able to find something on the surface that you can't get down here. Like a way to help the mongrels. A way to stop our tribes from having to follow scum like you.
Why do you want to help me, Wenduog?
You think I'm just a freak from the catacombs. But Neithers are faster, stronger, and tougher than you Uplanders. Take me with you, and I'll build you an army of Neithers. I'll lure them out of this hole, we'll round them all up, every last tribe, and perform the ritual. And then...
Well, if you have any questions, let me know.
you will be a power to be reckoned with on the surface. Many of the Neithers will be no better than the mindless beasts we encountered in the dungeons. But there will also be those who can overcome the fog and be like me. I will lead them into battle, and you will command us all.
Hey, Audible Video. I'm glad to hear that you enjoyed it. I also did a Trickster run that was also streamed like this one is. And then I'm going to do one for every Mythic Path, and then I'll do a proper Let's Play for the Angel playthrough, since I'll do my Paladin run then. But I won't start that till all the DLC are out.
Of course you did once listen to Lan instead of me, and you revealed the Angel's light to that idiot Sol. But I'll forget that for the sake of our glorious future. The power you demonstrated, it was incredible. It swept Hosilla aside, it sent Savamelek running. I will follow you wherever you go.
And I'm only level 2. Alright, I've made my decision.
I hope we're not taking this girl with us. She'll sell us to the first demon she sees.
If we're befriending monsters in order to fight the demons, why not join forces with the strongest of them? Isn't that the rational choice? They're both equally hideous. Neither of them will improve the aesthetics of our little band.
Hey, Mario 40. Welcome, man. I agree, Bear Bongo. Okay, so we're going to take Wenduog with us, with the reasoning that Lan We know he's a good guy. He's going to do well by himself. We're going to try and take Wenduag under our wing to show her, because we can tell that there's good in her somewhere, right? So we'll take her with us to try to redeem her. That's, again, this whole playthrough is about redemption. So we're going to take all the redemption-themed characters. So come with me, Wenduag.
You're making a mistake. If some priest ever winds up down here, I'll ask him to pray for your soul. But I doubt it'll help you.
Who cares what you think? The Master has made his choice. Lan knows too much. He must die.
You're right. I know everything. And I also know where I'm not wanted, so I think I'll just go and have a chat with Sol.
Yeah, I mean, option 2, though I don't like the way it's phrased. It should be like, get out of here, Lan, or run, Lan, or something like that. So, leave while I'm still in a good mood, Lan.
Yeah, if this is you in a good mood, then maybe I'm lucky we're parting ways now.
I heard there is a way to redeem Wenduag if you romance her, and so she'll be the romance interest for this playthrough.
He got away. Don't worry, Lan. I'll get you. Wait here, Master. I will bring Sol and the other Uplanders. We'll make sure that everyone knows that Lan failed to save anyone and fled like a coward.
You said you were in charge of reconnaissance for the Eagle Watch in Evia. How could you miss a nest of demons beneath Canabras? And you're welcome. Anevia, how's the leg? The maze was full of dangers, but we dealt with them. You need to look after the young mongrels. Alright, it's time to get out of here. Alright, so we got the cultist dispatch, and we got a key too. Alright, so we got Marching Terror. It's a really good early game weapon. It's a +1, and whenever this +1 glaive lands a hit on a new enemy for the first time, the target receives 1d6 negative energy damage, and all other enemies in a 15-foot radius must pass a will saving throw DC 17, or become frightened for 1 round. Where'd my greatsword go? I want to see... Yeah, so the glaive, we get +1 to our attack. Even though I do have a weapon focus for greatswords. Hey, Hatter. Alright, so if we step out here, we can grab the items we dropped earlier and sell them to Dyra.
I lead, you follow.
Yeah, but I mean, reach isn't super important because you can just enlarge yourself and get reach with any weapon.
Onwards!
Any more healing potions? It doesn't look like it. We have thick pads. It's not that great. I've never bought this. I don't see why you would, other than it being a +1. This could be handy. But being both enlarged and having a reach weapon equipped is great, especially if you go like a cleave build. I mean, when I had my Cavalier, I charge in, then I had legendary proportions of both him and the mount, as well as a long spear. It was ridiculous. Of course, he was legend, so he's level 40, and he had 20 levels of weapon fighter.
While the survivors wander
two-handed
the
fighter.
dungeons, the battle on the surface rages
This
on.
is kind
the
of.
warriors of Canabris are trying to defend the wardstone, but their strength is flagging. Their resistance is valiant, yet it will all be in vain if no one rises up to turn the tide.
So Pathfinder is kind of it's inspired heavily by 3.5 edition D&D. Kind of as a result of 4th edition. So yeah, it's heavily inspired from D&D. There'll be a lot of parallels, but they are different universes.
Move out! Head on!
Yeah, that horse was OP though. It makes the early game so much easier.
I
Really took it for granted.
you follow.
Gosh, look at how long her arms are. And her neck.
By the goddess, Nevi, I'd almost lost all hope.
Everything's fine, Beth. I'm here. I'm here. This here's a new friend. He rounded up those of us who survived the fall and led us up to the surface. Without him, we'd never have made it out.
Yeah, I don't know that I'd eat it though.
Let me introduce you to my wife, Arabeth Tirabade, head of the Eagle Watch.
It's probably spoiled even before they cut it up.
Until the army arrives, I'm the temporary warden of Canabris. And you're just in time. As you can see, we're in the middle of a battle. And thank you for getting Anevia out of there.
Where are we?
The Grey Garrison. Until recently, it served as barracks for the Crusaders, but it's now been taken over by cultists.
What is the target of this battle?
When the demons attacked the city, their main target was the Wardstone. I trust I don't have to explain to you what the Wardstone is and how important it is to the Crusaders. We must retake it at any cost, or the fall of Canabris will be the beginning of the end of the Crusades, and with them, the rest of the world. I see that you had a difficult journey to the surface. You need to rest. But there's a lot riding on this battle. I have no right to command you, but I'm asking you to help us.
I have important information about the location of a cultist den.
Very good. Report to me in full when we get back to the Defender's Heart. It's our temporary headquarters. Right now, the most dangerous cultists are here. The ones occupying the Grey Garrison.
We met some mongrels who live beneath Canabris. This is Wendewag.
Most people in Canabris think that the children of the First Crusaders are simply a legend. Other people say that the day you emerge on the surface heralds the start of the end of the world. I'm not superstitious, But the situation is apocalyptic, all right. Having a living legend on our side can't hurt.
I see you are in serious need of help. You're in luck. If my master is with you, then I am with you also.
Well, what's the situation in the city?
The city's gone. Most of the defenders, including the Dragon Terendelev, fell in the first few hours. The civilians either fled or died in the chaos. The place is overrun with cultists and demons.
Yeah, Trendelev didn't even make it the first few hours. The first 15 seconds, maybe.
Don't talk like that. Canabres hasn't fallen. Not while it still has defenders like you and me.
Sweet words don't change the grim truth.
No, she's right. Thank you, Knight. Until we no longer have the strength to hold a weapon, until Iomedae abandons us, we will fight for Canabres.
Tell me about the Wardstone. Why is it so important?
The Wardstones are a gift of Iomedae. Created personally by her herald, a mighty angel, and a general of the celestial armies. The Wardstones keep the world wound from expanding. They stand along the border of the territory controlled by the demons, creating a barrier to keep them inside. The Canabres obelisk was the first to be placed. It is the key to the whole barrier. We cannot leave it in the hands of those monsters from the abyss.
How did the Wardstone end up in the Great Garrison?
The demons have long laid siege to Canabres, but this time, their lord Dascari appeared in the flesh. He ripped the Wardstone from the ground and hurled it halfway across the city to here. I thought the stone was destroyed, but it seems all is not lost, yet. Dascari has gone, but the Wardstone is surrounded by a horde of those creatures. What are they going to do to it? Nothing good, that's for certain.
But how did he do that? He's a demon! The Wardstone should have burned his filthy hide!
It should have. But what happened, happened. We don't know why.
Alright, let's not waste any time. The battle.
That's the spirit. You, take a Navia to the rear. The rest of you with me.
That stupid locust. I'm not prepared for this.
He kind of looks like Bob Vance from The Office. Bob Vance, Vance Refrigeration.
Lord Horgus Worm, forgive me. I did not realize we had civilians among us. My people will escort you somewhere safe. To the extent that anywhere in Canabres can be said to be safe right now.
Okay, a lot of these doors are locked. It's a very linear experience our first time through here.
The heartbeat quickens.
Let's hear you cry.
Oh gosh.
Okay, wide open.
Run them through.
The spirits demand your blood.
Out of my way.
Into the fray!
Yeah, let our NPC companions take the hits for us. They risk our lives.
I am helpful, am I not?
Move out.
Yeah, no, that's all old stuff. I don't remember the voice acting the first time I played through. It was there last time, I think. How's it going, pal? Want to join? You'll all be all... Well, I'll be dead soon, but we'll be alive. I can't. Hey, you want to try some of that cultism? Oh man, he fell victim to peer pressure. That's all it takes. So we could run this way. I don't know if we can really tank all these guys, but they're gonna attack us regardless, so let's do it.
Let's hear you cry!
With Marching Terror, we can... It's not too bad.
The light, take you!
Alright, let's equip some potions real quick.
Out of my way!
Beg me to stop!
You are today's sacrifice!
Son of a gun. Thought the, oh here they, at least one of them. Alright, there's Irabeth. Let's let them get ahead of us.
Go for their heart! I'll cut you wide open! The Inheritor, guide my blade!
Head on! I lead, you follow.
So I don't like to use the use until fully healed option with the potions because I think that it'll use another potion even if you're short by 1 hit point. It's fine later on when you have a ton of them and you have hundreds of hit points, but like right now, it's better to do it manually. Unless I'm misremembering and it doesn't work that way.
Onwards!
It would have to, because there's a roll to determine how much healing you get from a potion. So that darn Minotaur up here. I don't think we have a chance to drop the equipment. This isn't a huge deal, but...
What's this? Do we have guests? Just in time. The place is a bit of a mess, and I haven't even poured the blood into the goblets yet. Why don't you... Oh! What an unexpected surprise! Staunton, my little sweetheart. Long time no see. I've missed you so much. Have you missed me? Admit it. You missed me terribly.
Minago. You again, you wench!
Minago, the one who... Be careful. She's one of the deadliest creatures in the whole demon horde. She was once responsible for a massacre in Knabris. She must be back to finish what she started.
Out of the way, beast.
That's not very nice. Staunton, my pet, haven't you told your new friends about me?
That wench? She's the one who led me astray. She's the reason my life has gone to the abyss. She's the reason why Dresden fell.
Oh my, like butter wouldn't melt. What I remember is how eagerly you would run to our trysts, how you begged to see me again, how you promised you'd do anything I asked. By your own free will, you said this. And now you claim that Dresden fell because of me. No, no, my dear. That was entirely your own doing.
I'll beat your lying lips into your filthy throat!
Now, Staunton, don't say things like that. Not about these lips, the ones you kissed so sweetly. Staunton, dearest, don't you love me anymore? Remember how good we were together? I was so hoping that we could patch things up.
I'll kill you!
Tear your throat out.
Let's hear you
The
cry.
spirits demand your blood.
And not a lot I can do right now is the stinking cloud. We have Erebeth, so it's not a big deal regardless.
You are today's sacrifice. Go for their heart.
Oh wow, so I got hit for 20 damage.
I'll cut you wide open.
That's rough. Still in pretty good shape. I forgot, what did I give her when we leveled up last? Alright, good, I did give her throwing axe. I was planning ahead.
I hope you appreciate this.
Alright, this side is the Minotaur.
Have I...
Right, or no, is that when we come back later? Yeah, that makes more sense, because you fight the first Minotaur at Fenrir's Heart.
Congratulations. You made it all the way here. This is it, your precious ward stone. But what are you planning to do now, I could kill you where you stand, but wouldn't it be nice if you could die in battle like heroes? No. I want you to die in despair, scrabbling around like rats in the blighted ruins of your city, blind and broken, your flesh scabbed and seeping, and every moment knowing precisely what was done to you.
Now, my main character is just, super strong.
There isn't a soul that can resist the temptations of the abyss. Even a stone can be turned. I'm not joking. Your precious ward stone, weakened from the injury inflicted by Discari, has almost succumbed to my charms. Soon the whole barrier around the world wound, the gift of your useless goddess, will be a weapon of the abyss. Just a little more and boom, Every city with one of these eyesores stuck in the middle of it, from Canabras to Nerosian, will turn into smoking craters, and all the mortals into red sludge beneath our hooves. So you have a choice. Especially you, my pet. Kiss me on my dainty hoof. Pledge your loyalty to Baphomet. And when the world falls, its ruins shall be yours.
Who are you?
You've already forgotten me. You mortals have awfully short memories. Even shorter than your little lives. Staunton, sweetums. Don't you want to introduce me to your friends properly? No? Well, I'd better do it myself. I am Minago, Lily II and faithful servant of Baphomet, and leader of his armies. The city is mine now. I'm just starting to settle in, get things just how I like them. But once I'm finished, I promise you, the results will be simply to die for.
Yeah, and I guess the eyes she keeps in her pocket, or wherever she keeps them stored.
And it was such a charming little place until you sullied it with your presence. It had such lovely boulevards, quiet and shaded. You took those away from me, and I shan't forgive you for that.
That's your loss, man.
They've done much worse things than spoil the promenades. All the people they've killed.
Yes, of course, you're right. I grieve for the common folk as well.
Alright, what do we got? What are you doing to the stone?
Well, quite what am I doing to it? Probably the same thing I did to many of your comrades. Sweetly and tenderly persuading it to abandon the mortals and join our side.
Prepare to fight to the death, demon! We won't let that happen.
Yeah, we unlocked the demon option here. Feel a sudden rush of wild rage, and with it comes a feeling of monstrous, unbridled destructive power. It's like the power you felt in the shield maze when you're confronting Savamelech. But now it feels more fully fledged, more conscious. Shut your filthy mouth, scum. This shouldn't lock us out of one of these.
Make me. One of the sweetest spoils of war is gloating over your broken and humiliated enemy. You want to deny me that pleasure?
I mean, yeah, I keep some in my pocket.
I will remember these words, scum. And I will say them back to you.
Alright, succumb to the rage. You're sick of talking. Why do you have to listen to her? Why can't you just crush, rip, devour whoever you want? Whoever's in your way. A malevolent roar erupts unbidden from your throat.
Hey, are you alright? If you're planning on going berserk, don't forget who's friend and who's foe. There she is. The demon! Go get her!
Yeah, I failed this last time too. Close though. Who does this dwarf think he is? How dare he give you orders? You will silence him, for good. The rage bursts free. You want only one thing, to gouge out Staunton's eyes, break open his ribcage, and rip out his heart.
I am superior! My wounds pile on.
I'm tired of playing around now. You want to know what will happen when I'm done with the Wardstone? Here's a little demonstration.
You won't break us. We'll never give up.
It would be a shame if you died without ever surrendering. But honestly, I'll be satisfied no matter what way you die.
I haven't succeeded at demon check yet. Wonder how it plays out then.
Praise Iomade, you woke up. Healing your wounds was easy, but you were unconscious for so long I was starting to worry we'd lost you.
What happened?
We couldn't stand up to the demoness. Her spells were too strong. It's all right. We'll handle it somehow. You blacked out, but Staunton and I managed to get you here to the
No, you're not supposed to
Defender's
be
Hall.
able to beat her here.
It used to be a tavern, but now it's our headquarters. We're gathering our forces here, and we're preparing to strike back.
So if you beat her then, it's gonna mess up the narrative at the end of Act 1. I found a cultist dispatch in the dungeons. It seems they're holed up in the Tower of Estrad.
Demons have been filling Canabras with their spies and infiltrators for a long time. Unfortunately, I don't have enough people to attack the place right now. At least not blindly. I'd be grateful if you snuck in there and scouted out the situation. But just scouting. Don't be a hero.
What is the situation in the city?
Bad, but not hopeless. We're constantly getting news, and new sources of resistance keep springing up in the districts where everyone seemed to be dead. The survivors are gathering here. You should see them. Their faces, their eyes burning with determination. The city is destroyed, but our resistance is not broken. We will keep fighting.
What do you plan to do next?
You heard what the demon said. They're going to desecrate the Wardstone and blow up the whole barrier around the World Wound. That would be an even worse disaster than the World Wound's expansion before the Second Crusade. Not only Canabras, but every city with a Wardstone will be destroyed, including the capital. We can't allow that no matter what. We will retake it, even destroy it if we must. Iomade's gift must not become a weapon of the Abyss.
Oh gosh, there's a lot of endings, and then there's different slides depending on your companions and how you handle their quests. Romance slides, general quests, your mythic path options. I mean, there's a ton of slides. But I think some mythic paths have multiple slides, depending on how you handle the mythic path. Like, I think Aeon has 2. Tell me about the Wardstone. Why is it so important?
The Wardstones are a gift of Iomade. Created personally by her herald, a mighty angel, and a general of the celestial armies. The Wardstones keep the World Wound from expanding. They stand along the border of the territory controlled by the demons, creating a barrier to keep them inside. The Canabras Obelisk was the first to be placed. It is the key to the whole barrier. We cannot leave it in the hands of those monsters from the Abyss.
Can I help you in any way?
First of all, we need to decide what to do with the stone once we get it. What I'm about to say is classified. A traveler came to the city recently. A blind elf calling himself the Storyteller. He insisted he be allowed to examine the Wardstone, and he raised the alarm when his study was finished. Even before the demon attack, he had found some damage or flaw in the stone. Prelate Hulrune dismissed his words as nonsense, borderline blasphemy. But between you and me, the prelate's opinion isn't worth much. I think the Storyteller knew what he was talking about. We could use his advice right now. If only we knew where he was. I remember the Storyteller spent a lot of time talking to Staunton, a dwarf from my unit. You saw him during the demon attack. The elf asked him about the history of the Crusades. Maybe the Storyteller told Staunton something about where we could find him if anything happened. There's another problem. After the attack, the demons began to gather their forces at the Grey Garrison. It'll be even harder to take them with a head-on assault. But I once heard soldiers talking about a secret entrance to the garrison. Trouble is, I have no idea where to look for it. While you explore the city, please keep your eyes open, in case you find something we can use. And one last thing. The Eagle Watch has lost a lot of soldiers recently. Some were killed, but others simply haven't been seen since the attack. In the chaos that is now Canabris, it's next to impossible to confirm anything for sure. One of the missing fighters is Janna Aldori, a new recruit in the Watch. She got along well with Sela, and she often went drinking with her. I honestly thought Sela and Janna had died together. But now Sela's returned with you, and there's no sign of Janna. If you learn anything of her whereabouts when you're out in the city, please report back.
Everything is clear.
May the goddess help you. We're still fighting, which means that Canabris still hasn't fallen. If you come across any groups in the city that can fight, send them here to the Defender's Heart. We'll need every fighter we can muster for the final assault. Yes, one more thing. If you're in the area, check out this address. It's our house. Mine and Anevia's. Well, it was our house. If the building is still standing, open the hidden compartment in the kitchen. It's filled with supplies for a rainy day. You can take whatever you find. You have more need of it.
Alright, let's clear out this area. So Ratcatcher's Goggles. These goggles grant the wearer +2 bonus on damage rolls against swarms. That'll be handy. The Sovereign Dragon provides +1 morale bonus to Knowledge of World, Knowledge Arcana, Lore Nature, and Lore Religion checks. That'll my main character for now. Righteous Exorcist Bracers grant a +1 morale bonus on damage rolls against demons. Hero Cloak. Cast Heroism spell once per day as a 3rd level wizard. Gonna give that to her, I guess. The Red Dragon Helmet grants fire resistance 10. Additionally, 3 times per day the wearer can breathe out a blast of fire, dealing 3 to 4 fire damage. She'll be on the front, so we'll just go and give that to her. And hide it, of course. A Dashing Cavalier's Gloves grant a +1 morale bonus on attack rolls. In addition, they also grant a +2 bonus on damage rolls while mounted. Didn't identify that one. Holy Signet, cast Bane 3 times per day. Sure. Arcane Signet, Magic Missile. Gonna equip that too. Okay, let's level up. We get another feat and Blood Sanctuary. At 3rd level, due to the power of his blood, a Blood Ranger can stand confidently amid the effects of spells cast by himself or his allies. He gains a +2 bonus on saving throws against spells that he or an ally casts. Persuasion and Knowledge Arcana. I don't know if I need to worry about arcane armor trading. Arcane Strike, maybe? I mean, I know I'll go Power Attack, so let's just go ahead and grab that. So you take, you choose to take a -1 penalty on all melee attacks, attack rolls, and combat maneuver checks to gain a +2 bonus on all melee damage rolls. This bonus of damage is increased by half, 50%, if you're making an attack with a 2-handed weapon, a 1-handed weapon using 2 hands, or a primary natural weapon that adds 1 to half times your strength modifier on damage rolls. This bonus of damage is halved, -50% if you're making an attack with an offhand weapon or secondary natural weapon. Your base attack bonus reaches +4, and every 4 points thereafter, the penalty increases by -1, and the bonus of damage increases by +2. The effects of this feat last until your next turn. The bonus damage does not apply to touch attacks or effects that do not deal hit point damage. Actually, do we... Yeah, we don't have this yet. Need a BAB of 4. So power attack it is. I may keep it turned off early on. Actually, you know what? Let me try this. Let's do intimidating prowess first. So your physical might is intimidating to others. Add your strength modifier to persuasion skill when using intimidate checks in addition to your charisma modifier. We'll save power attack for a little later. Everything seems clear so far. What else do you wish to discuss? Do you want me to stay here and guard the tavern? When do you think the demons will attack next? Thank you for the warning. See you later. Let's finish leveling people up. I don't know if I actually wanted to go intimidating prowess, because I don't know if I'm going to go the Cornigan smash and dreadful carnage route. Let me look at something real quick. We do get a few bonus feats. So I grab cleave here. Power attack, okay. Also intimidating prowess. I should have probably done that then. So we want cleave. What do I get? 5. Let's see, 1. Well, I could do sunder, I guess. I will figure it out. Alright. Do this. So when do I get to feat and armor training? Starting at 3rd level, a fighter learns to be more maneuverable while wearing armor. Whenever he is wearing armor, he reduces the armor check penalty by 1 to a minimum of 0. And increases the maximum dexterity bonus allowed by this armor by 1. Every 4 levels thereafter, 7th, 11th, and 15th, these bonuses increase by +1 each time to a maximum -4 reduction of the armor check penalty, and a +4 increase of the maximum dexterity bonus allowed. In addition, a fighter can also move at his normal speed while wearing medium armor. At 7th level, a fighter can move at his normal speed while wearing heavy armor. Good stuff. Athletics and perception. It's not the worst idea to have multiple characters spec'd heavily into perception, because each one gets their own role. I may as well just do rapid shot, right? I don't want to take deadly aim yet. It's the equivalent to power attack before a bow. Rapid shot, when making a full attack with a ranged weapon, you can fire 1 additional time this round at your highest bonus. All of your attack rolls take a -2 penalty when using rapid shot. Well, this is only a -1 right now. This is actually better. So basically the same description for power attack, but for bows. Camellia gets a feat. Ability and trickery, and let's just do weapon focus rapier. Oh, it's at the top. Also some new spells. Let's take care of that. 8 is pretty useful. As is bark skin. Actually, I might go bark skin instead. At least for now. Alright, Seela gets a feat. She gets Aura of Courage. At 3rd level, a paladin is immune to fear, magical or otherwise. Each ally within 10 feet of her gains a +4 morale bonus with saving throws against fear effects. This ability functions only while the paladin is conscious, not if she is unconscious or dead. She gets her first Mercy. At 3rd level and every 3 levels thereafter, a paladin can select 1 Mercy. Each Mercy adds an effect to the paladin's Lay on Hands ability. Whenever the paladin uses Lay on Hands to heal damage to one target, the target also receives the additional effects from all the Mercies possessed by the paladin. And Divine Health. At 3rd level, a paladin is immune to all diseases, including supernatural and magical diseases, including mummy rot. Athletics and Persuasion and Knowledge World. A weapon focus, a longsword. And I'm thinking Fatigued. That'll be useful for my Blood Rager. Yes, this is my 3rd playthrough. Sorry for attacking you in the Great Garrison. See, I like this dialogue a lot. It really adds some humanity to Staunton. It makes him far more sympathetic, and we got an item out of it. I need to talk to the elf who calls himself the Storyteller. Do you know where I can find him? What do people say about you? Gosh. I mean, really, she shouldn't have spared you. It would have saved you and everyone else a lot of hassle at this point. Why do they hate you so much? Yeah. This is definitely the most redemption-oriented dialogue, because my character also wants to earn forgiveness. I hope you earn forgiveness. The whole city fell because of you. How is that possible? You really don't have any friends. So many years in the Condemned. Surely you have paid your penance by now. If Torag has renounced you, perhaps you should turn to another deity. Serenray, for instance, teaches that everyone who repents sincerely should be forgiven. Cool, some Serenray specific dialogue. And you can definitely choose your god in this setting, but yeah. Alright, I have to go. I was just gonna click through all this. It's the same every time. Hey, 2,000 gold coins. Thank you. What do you mean, a job for someone like me? A noble birth doesn't give you the right to behave badly, but ask that you refrain from such statements in the future. So what does this job involve? What kind of reward are we talking about? Alright, double the reward and I'll think about it. Deal. Who are you? Camelhawk's vampire. Are you really a vampire? How do you end up in the Crusader City? Any news in the city? Are there any places in the city worth visiting? I see you're not one for talking. Show me what you have. Alright, we'll get rid of some of this junk. Oh yeah, we got this new cloak. Cloak of Unbending Will. This cloak grants the wearer +3 resistance bonus on will saving throws. Pretty solid. So we have access to Dismiss spell. Huzzah. So she's not level 4 yet.
Move out!
What are you doing? Are you from around here? Chili Creek. Where is that? Alright, aren't you a young and inexperienced cleric, afraid to go to the border of the World Wound? I could use the help of a cleric. I have to go. You need help. Who are you? Who wounded you? I am Donadus. You can trust me. I might be able to help you. Who's your quarry here in Mendev? I'm sorry for your misfortune. Hope things will turn out differently next time. I wish to aid you in your hunt. What does this Kalesta look like again? I'd like to know more about you. Tell me more about yourself. Why did you choose to be a hunter of evil? Remind me, who's the quarry that brought you to Mendev? Refresh my memory about Kaelessa. I have no more questions. As you wish, I have to go. Cool. Alright. I collected most of this stuff. We've read it all before. It's no new dialogue here. So, where are you from? Quite a ragtag group you've got here, from nobles to street thieves. How do you meet Erebeth, and how did you and Erebeth end up in Canabras? What is it like living with Erebeth? Thank you for your answers. What are your responsibilities in the Eagle Watch? I have to go. Wonderweg. We're gonna just click through this. Yeah, your hard life has made you cold-hearted and cruel. Please stop groveling. Alright, does it have anything worth buying? Oh, Icy Protector's pretty good. We can't quite afford it. We can give that to, oh, this is identified now. The Magnificent Plume Hat grants a +5 bonus to maximum hit points. Might be worth selling a couple of these magic items. I'm not getting rid of that, though. I'll have heroism up right now. Okay. Well, heroism will eventually go away, so we'll keep that equipped. I can sell, like, this I'll probably never use. Or this, for that matter. Yeah, what a feast it'll be. We'll talk when we celebrate our next victory. What made you become a paladin of Iomedae? I know what it takes to survive sometimes. I can't judge you. There we go. Well, I can. I believe everyone deserves a chance at redemption. Redemption means you understand what you did. You're willing to be harder on yourself from now on. Which is it, you know, the entire premise of this playthrough. What are the principles that Paladins of Iomedae follow? Yeah, I'm not bothered by how you talk. What matters is how you fight. Good old Hylor. Gosh, this guy. Breaks my heart in this game every time. Tell me about your confrontation with the Spinner of Nightmares. How did you end up here? Tell me about your daughter. What is our main objective? These ward stones, what are they? Allow me to ask a few personal questions. Where are you from? How did you become a paladin? How did you come to join a knightly order? How did the people of Canabris feel about your background? Tell me about Anevia. Tell me about the Eagle Watch. Exactly. And drinking spying mean nothing when it comes down to honest fighting. Alright, have to go. Easy. Oh yeah, let's grab this.
Head on.
Let's go outside first and then get into the basement and see about recruiting Woljif. It's a little slower here, especially since I'm not reading anything out loud. Except for the player's dialogue.
I lead. You follow.
But doing this 10 times. I'm gonna be that intimately familiar with all the dialogue. Plus, I'm gonna read it all out loud again once I do my next Let's Play of the game.
Onwards. Battles await.
Just be the one person out here to talk to, right? Staunton's brother. Oh, that's right, the golem. Yeah, it is a pretty game. I think this may have... There we go. If once we're done with the Defender's Heart and talking to everybody, I'm gonna wrap up the stream. And next time we'll start exploring Canabras and really digging into Act 1. Guess we're waiting for Airbeth to walk back inside. What are you? I am a Prestidigitator Golem. Can you do anything useful? How did you end up here? What can you do to help the war effort? I want you to cast an illusion on my gear. Actually, I don't right now. That's just the transmog system. Living, breathing transmog system.
Out.
Well, I don't know about breathing. He's a construct. No, but you can make yourself giant. So, monstrous races aren't very well represented in most CRPGs. There's a couple games like that, Grimoire of the Winged Herald, or whatever it's called. That has a giant race you can play. The Dark Sun games have it. And there was another one. Legend of Grimrock, you could be a Minotaur. Or have a Minotaur in your party. Wait, I mean you can cast enlarged person on yourself, or legendary proportions.
I lead. You follow.
Which is the next best thing?
All this waiting bores me. Onwards!
Hey, Chief! Hey, Dreamboat, come over here! I want to talk to you about something. Something really important.
Quit bothering the decent people in here, Woljif, or I'll knock your teeth out!
What's it to you, Delvin Dum-Dum? You were told to guard me, and I'm not stopping you. But no one told me I had to shut my trap.
Who are you?
Woljif. Woljif Jefto. I deal in useful things. I can get you whatever you want. Anything. But there's just one problem.
What do you want from me?
I'll lay it out for you. Simple job, 30 minutes tops. We go someplace, talk to someone, and in return, whatever you want, I'll get it for you. Some extra rations? No problem. Armor, weapons, scrolls, you name it. It's as good as yours. If you need my help with something, whistle and I'll be there. I'm handy enough with knives too, and even my magic know-how isn't too shabby.
What a load of guff! If you were good at magic, you wouldn't be stuck in here now, would you?
Don't you listen to him, Chief. He'd find fault with the Queen herself. I'll be useful to have in battle, and I'll sell whatever you want at a reasonable price. It's your lucky day. You won't meet another gem like me in Canabras.
But why are you in chains?
Does it really matter? Don't get hung up on the past, Chief. Don't look to the future. Live in the here and now.
He was caught thieving.
Your shadow. What was that?
Get me out of here and I'll tell you. And don't worry, it's not contagious.
I can't help you while you're chained up in here. How can I free you?
That's easy. You know Irabeth? Feisty looking gal, always wears armor. You can't miss her. She's the meanest fighter in the whole city. When you see her, put in a good word for me, will ya? Tell her there's this guy Woljif locked up for no good reason in the Defender's Heart. Well, for the follies of his youth. And he really wants to get out on bail so he can keep up his good behavior and make a contribution to society. You got that? Will you do it?
Alright. I'll talk to Erebeth about your situation.
I knew I could count on you. Knew it the moment I laid eyes on you.
We'll talk later. No dialogue about me being a tiefling. Remember the order for these. Little trial and error never hurt anybody. There we go. So it's up, down, down.
Move out.
Ooh, headband of alluring charisma.
Head on.
No, not for a bad reason. I'm sure it's just a misunderstanding. There's a tiefling chained up in the Defender's Heart. What can you tell me about him? Alright, let's go recruit Woljif.
I lead. You follow.
The Crusader does. The Knight Commander definitely makes it here first.
Well, Chief, what do you got for me?
Because you show up. Cause the Knight Commander makes it to the Defender's Heart pretty early on, and then the party from Through the Ashes makes it right before the defense of Defender's Heart. Because that breaks out as they get pulled into the portal. I talked to Erebeth. I've decided to make you part of my troop. We'll see how it goes.
You must be a smooth talker. Come on, Delvin. Get these bracelets of yours off me. I'm going free.
You're sure to regret this. This tiefling will fleece you for everything you've got. Mark my words.
You're a bitter little man, Delvin. Petty and mean. You can't even be happy for me, can ya? I pity you. I'll leave you alone with your sad little soul. So long. And now, Chief, straight down to business. You see, I'm one of those guys that people around here call thieflings. We just call ourselves the family. After we knocked over that shop and I got stuck here in the Defender's Heart, a little bird told me that Big Sister Charisme wanted to see me. That she had some questions to ask me. You following?
Yeah, after a certain point. So, he kind of fits the redemption theme since, well, I don't want to spoil anything this early in the playthrough, but there's a sequence in Act 3? Well, Act 2 to Act 3, right? And, he has the opportunity to redeem himself. But it's going to be hard because between him, there's too many companions that fit the mold and they can't all be in the party. There's just not enough slots. So, he may end up being a permanent companion because, well, one, he's a tiefling just like my main character. We also need an arcane caster. And Nenio doesn't really fit the redemption arc. So, yeah, we'll see how it plays out. Yeah, Ember's going to be a permanent companion. Her whole thing is redemption, so she's definitely going to stick around. And I'm going to build her a little unorthodoxically? Doxily? Whatever. Instead of going like the typical Ray Blaster build people go with her, I'm going to go focus more on the enchantment side of things. Because that makes more sense for someone that's trying to redeem everybody, right? She wouldn't be blasting people with Hellfire Ray.
Now, she won't be asking me questions like, Woljif, how'd you manage to get out of this one? Or, Woljif, you're so thin, didn't they feed you? No, something serious has gone down, and I just know they want to try to pin something on me. I can feel it in my tail. So, I knew right away that I couldn't go alone. You turned up just in time, Chief. You don't need to do anything when we get there. Just stand behind me and look mean, and I'll handle the rest. Somehow. Let's go, I'll show you the way.
Oh, there's a ton of mods for these. For the Pathfinder games. You can get more classes, you can get, you have the Toy Box mod, the Bubble Buff mod. Those are like the big ones. Alright, I want to know more about you. How much is more? Are your family tieflings too? Give him 10 coins. I hope you find your real family. No, that doesn't sound very believable. Yeah, if he really was a prince, he would be sitting around here. Yeah, more portraits. Yeah, because this one doesn't really fit my character, but I do like the portrait. In fact, I don't think there's very many portraits I don't like, besides some of the more posh, noble-looking ones. Yeah, though my favorite portrait is the obvious paladin one, the Aasimar. But I like the bearded cleric looking guy a lot too. And I think all the Dwarven portraits look good. Even from Kingmaker. And then there's the oh, what's his name? The twice-born warlord from Kingmaker. Armag? Doesn't sound right. Maybe it is. His portrait's really cool too. Alright, we just saw that. How do you become a tiefling? No, not Herald. Actually, both the barbarian portraits are available. Armag and the one that starts with a D. Shoot. The old barbarian that you can replace Armag with. Well, they did it with Rogue Traders. I don't see why they would do away with co-op in future games. Tell me about the Thieflings. Stealing from someone you call a sister. That's low. Hey, maybe. I guess it depends on the rule set. And if they go back to doing real-time with pause and turn-based, I can see that preventing co-op as well, because real time with pause would be a pain in the tuchus with co-op. But if it was like Rogue Trader where it's only turn-based, it'd be a lot easier to implement. What do you think of Canabras? You have demon blood in you. You feel drawn to the abyss. Yeah. This is why I think this class works so well with the roleplay I'm going for, because Tieflings feel that draw to the abyss, being so close to it. The Reformed Fiend is just such a perfect fit for this. Your shadow looks strange. What kind of magic is that? Yeah, Valerian had a much larger budget, too. Voice actors aren't cheap. I don't know, I mean, the original Baldur's Gates were pretty jokey as well. Definitely not as sexual. I mean, goodness, I can't talk to Halsin without him drooling all over me. Which is kind of turned me off from the character. I really liked him before, and then he just non-stop tried to hit on me. Which is funny, because I tend to fail romance options pretty frequently in games, and then the game where they practically shove it down your throat. I can't stand it. Which I don't really care for romance in games anyway. I do it because it's there, not because I'm actually interested in the romance. Like the only romance I actually enjoyed was Tali's in Mass Effect. Welcome back, Ark. Yeah, looks formidable. I like it. Tali is the best. But yeah, normally I don't know. I don't care for the romance options, and I don't know. This is just not for me. Again, I do it. Oh, I also like Morrigan's in Dragon Age Origins. That was a good one, and it fit really well into the narrative. Okay, let's everybody talk to. We're all caught. Well, let's talk to Airbeth one more time. I don't think she has anything new to say about... Oh, and these guys over here. Almost forgot about old Pink Eye and Dara. I'll do Let's Plays of both. I've been wanting to do both. I want to do Dragon Age before the 4th one comes out, but at this rate, I don't think I have to hurry. Alright, I quietly listened to the discussion. Who are you? You've come a long way to be here. Why did you come here? It looks like you know more about warfare than any of us. Why don't you join the Crusaders and show them how fighting should be done? With the new job, I may not be able to stream at all, or at least not very much. So I'm going to try and knock out this Pathfinder stuff when I have free time leading up to that job. I want to knock out all the Pathfinder streams before then. And honestly, when I start that job, I may not be able to do narrative-based games like this when I stream. I'll still try to stream every now and then. But it'll probably be like roguelikes or like things I can do in a one-shot. I'll still make sure to have time for my holo streams, though, because I do really enjoy doing those. What is this last war that you mentioned? Why do you find the last war of Jistka so inspiring? Yeah, I think it's gonna go really well. I mean, everything kind of worked out perfectly, so I'm looking forward to starting this next job. It's gonna be really good for me and the family. That's good for you guys, because I'll be able to stream as much. It shouldn't impact my Let's Plays, so I'll still have the 2 Let's Plays going. All the time. But yeah, streams will be tailored back a bit. I mean, I could still stream on the weekends, but I'll have less time during the week to hang out with the family, so I'm going to prioritize that a bit more. How do you know so much about Jitsuka's last war? You're wrong to treat the Crusaders with such disdain. Allow me to explain. A debate. You'll have to roll a 2 for this one. The events of the past are shrouded in legend, but the fate of the world is being decided here and now. That is what you fail to grasp. Have you changed your mind about joining the Crusaders? Alright, we got the Claw of Jitsuka. That's what I wanted. She teleports away, and we'll deal with her later when she forces us into turn-based mode. But for now, we got a short sword. Flaming, enhanced with +1, and finesse wielding. This is a +1 flaming short sword. Perfect for our companion, Woljif. I believe I spoke to everybody here. So we are free to explore Canabris now. I'm trying to remember the order that I want to do things in. There's 3 locations you want to go to before the Battle for Defender's Heart. And that's the Blackwing Library, the Tower of Estrad, and the Market Square. I don't think anything else changes between the 2, right?
I'm losing my temper.
We also want to do, I don't know if anything changes with the Thieflings, but you want to do that quest first anyway, because you get access to Finian. Which is kind of a fantastic to have early on, in case you can't find upgrades for your weapons. Alright, I'm going to call the stream here. Next time we will delve into Act 1 properly, with all the exploration that comes with it, and some of the harder fights.
Let's move already.
In fact, there wasn't very much. Oh no, we did fight through the Great Garrison as well, so there's a fair bit of action this time.
In my way.
But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the stream. Stay safe, stay classy. I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Where is my? There it is. It will pick up here next time. Alright, take care everybody.